Whether you are building funnels for clients or you are building funnels for yourself, these are 5 lessons that are going to help you build funnels faster and build funnels better from my experience. My name is Gavin Wiener. I'm a top-rated freelancer in no-code automation and sales funnels. I've worked with 100 plus businesses at this point. I'm top-rated. I've worked with coaching businesses, other agencies, info products, everything you can imagine. So these lessons have been learned from real-world experience. When you're starting to build a new funnel, you kind of have an open canvas. It can be pretty overwhelming to think, okay, I can literally build absolutely anything here. It's obviously a bit different if you are building a new funnel for an existing business, because you probably have a website to base it off, you have branding, you have colors, you have positioning, you might even have other funnels you've built off, and now you're just kind of duplicating and making variations of it. But if you're building your very first funnel or you wanted to start something really fresh, it can be a little bit overwhelming because it's a completely open canvas. So what's helped me massively with clients is to simply look at what's already working, what is currently performing in the space. And you know how I do that? Literally, I just use my phone. So I go to Instagram, I go to Facebook ads library, and on Instagram, I literally just scroll, go through stories. I just doom scroll, brain rot, full mode, and I just see what ads pop up. And instead of insta swiping away, I click through. I see what does their funnel actually look like. Because people aren't going to be running ads for an offer if it's not making them money. Obviously, we might catch them just as they started to run the ads and then they realize it's not working and they turn those ads off. But if you look at enough funnels, you'll start to see a pattern. And if people are actively running these funnels and putting money towards this, it's making them money. There's no reason they wouldn't be running these funnels if they weren't making money from it. So we can just look at what's working, and that already gives us a foundation that we can build off. Before I start to focus more on sales funnels and landing pages, I, as I said, did a lot of no-code automation. And I was actually originally a software engineer. So back then I was working on really custom projects. Everything was bespoke for each client, and there was very little carryover between clients. So that means every time I started a new project, I was starting from scratch. I had nothing to build off. I had nothing to base it off. And that brings us back to that same problem we just had of you have this open canvas and it can be a little bit overwhelming with the choices. To add on to this, in the sales funnels and landing pages space, when you start building funnels, whether it's for your business or for clients, you start to build up these repeatable assets. Obviously, you're not going to just copy paste things between different businesses that don't make sense, but you build up these repeatable sections. So how am I building authority? How am I setting out the About Us section? How do I build trust in those About Us sections? What are my variations of my hero sections? 1 column versus 2 column. We have a VSL, we don't have a VSL. And you realize there's only so many building blocks and Lego pieces that you have for building funnels. And after a while, especially if you're working with the same types of clients, like in my case, agencies, coaches, consultants, info products, you start to build up a library of these pieces that you can essentially put together based on what's needed in the offer. And they convert just as well. We don't need to start custom every single time. And this is also what helps you build the next one, the next one, the next one better and faster. Websites, funnels, and landing pages can be a bit of an ego experience. So obviously we want funnels and landing pages that look really beautiful and look amazing because good design does build trust. But one thing that I've picked up on from, as I said, scrolling through what funnels are actively being run, people are actually putting money towards them, what funnels are actually converting, because I've seen the back end of many businesses making millions of dollars per year. So I've seen their funnels. And the crazy thing is, a lot of these funnels and these landing pages are not beautiful at all. They aren't like winning design awards. They're not doing anything like that. They are just serving one specific purpose, and that's to convert the person. And whether on the first page, that's just to get them to put their name and email in. The second page is getting them to book a call with Calendly or whichever booking tool it is. These funnels aren't winning design awards, but they are converting clients. So that's the thing is, you do not need fancy to win in this space when it comes to funnels and landing pages. We just need to have the right elements, as I was saying, building trust, building authority, a strong offer, And it needs to look good enough. You don't want a completely 1990s looking funnel or landing page or website, but it just needs to be good enough looking, functional enough, works on mobile, especially in this day and age. And we don't need to be winning any design awards or revolutionizing the space. We just need this thing to hit what needs to be hit and convert people into customers, because that's what we're aiming to do here. Let's say you go to a website and it's the most incredibly beautiful website in the world. But let's say it turns out that it's for a woman's doctor and you're a guy. The website is going to mean absolutely nothing to you. You can look at it and be like, wow, that's an amazing looking website. That's beautiful. But the offer itself means nothing. It has no value to you. No matter what, no matter how beautiful they make that website, no matter how much authority and accreditation and testimonials they throw at you, you still have no use for this offer at all. This offer has zero value to you whatsoever. What I'm trying to get at here is you can have the most incredible landing page funnel in the world. It can look incredible. It can be winning those awards we just spoke about, even though it's not necessary. But if your offer has no inherent value to the people coming to that page, nothing is going to convert. It's going to do nothing for you. Maybe people will opt in just to see what the rest of your funnel looks like if it's really that beautiful. But you're not going to actually convert anyone. So everything needs to come from there. It's like, is our offer actually in demand? Do people actually want this? And again, you can see what offers are working by, again, looking at what's currently converting through ads. So when you're scrolling on your Instagram, when you're going through Facebook ads library and looking at who's actually running ads, how long have they been running ads, these offers are obviously converting. If they're converting, obviously it's slightly tailored towards your interests and what you have done online, but those offers are converting. So if we can base our offer on something like that, or at least tie into it, and then we have a different mechanism, obviously because every business is often delivering in a different way, that's what makes it unique. But the offer itself, everything starts from there. It has to be actually in demand and of value to people. Making decisions as a person can be pretty overwhelming. There's been so many studies and experiments where they give people 10 different options of like spices or sauces or whatever, and it's just too overwhelming. It's like people end up making a non-decision because they just have too many things that they're trying to balance, versus when they have just 2-3 things that they have to choose between, that decision rate goes up significantly and people are happier because they're not comparing so many different options. What I learned, how this applies in the funnel space, is just launch. So again, coming back to what I said at the start, before we've actually built a funnel, especially if this is our first funnel, we have an infinite canvas for the most part. Again, we are building funnels with repeatable Lego blocks and building pieces, but it's a completely open canvas, and that gets pretty overwhelming. But once you launch, if you're building clients for someone else or you're trying to get feedback in your business, the thing is, once you launch, it's so much easier to tweak because you start getting data in, you start being able to make design decisions, you're actually changing things based on what already exists. So your decisions become a lot more limited and more scoped. Those are 5 lessons that I've picked up from my experience building sales funnels and landing pages. If you incorporate these concepts and these ideas, you are going to build funnels faster and you're going to build better funnels because you are building based off proven frameworks, you're using Lego blocks that you know have worked in the past, and you're just moving quicker. You're getting more data, you're doing more iteration, you're doing more testing. If you want help building your funnels, because this just still sounds too overwhelming, then you can just check the links in the description. You can book in a time with me and I can help you get your funnel built out, your landing page built out, your backend systems built out, especially if you're a coach, consultant, agency, selling info products. Otherwise, if you want to see what do we do with leads once they opt into our funnels, whether they book in a call right away or they just opt in and now we're trying to push them again to book in a call, you can check my other video talking about how automations actually factor into your funnel and why they're so important, because they help you get more out of the leads that you're already generating, the money you're already spending, and the time you also are already committed